Alright, what's going on, guys? As an intro, bringing you guys another video. I just shot this whole video. I talked for like 20 minutes straight and I listened to audio and then I didn't record my voice. So it was just me talking with no audio. So I'm going to shoot this again really quick, rapid fire. I don't have a lot of time, but I just felt like this video is so important to make. I'm going to shoot it twice for you guys. But you guys are going to see the final product on YouTube. So with that being said, I want to talk about today just the future of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 in general. I just feel like there's so much negative consensus on this Call of Duty. I've seen it pretty bad, but it's pretty bad this year, and I don't think it deserves to be this bad. I'm going to explain that in a little bit. For that, I just want to go really quick. Like the video, comment, subscribe. I don't have a lot of subscribers in this channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys could support, that'd be greatly appreciated. All right, let's get into the video. So the consensus, I've watched a lot of YouTubers talk about their thoughts, their thoughts in the game from week 1, week 2. I had my time. I played weekend 1 and 2, and I've gathered my thoughts. I'm going to put it together in this one video, and this is going to be my thoughts, my projections for the game for the next 2 years. If you guys didn't know, this is going to be Call of Duty 2, Modern Warfare 2, 2022, there's a lot of 2s in there, is going to be the game for the next 2 years. Usually we get Call of Duties every single year. Not this time. This is the Call of Duty. So this is a big one, because if this game flops, then, well, Call of Duty's screwed. And Call of Duty, in my opinion, has been trending downhill for a while. I think, honestly, it happened, people would say maybe since like after Modern Warfare 19, things have been downtrending. I think it's been a lot worse than that. I would say after Black Ops 3, Call of Duty has been downtrending. It's just gotten worse and worse and worse, and just people have left and went to other games. And this Call of Duty, once again, a lot of YouTubers are just bashing the game nonstop. And honestly, I don't think this Call of Duty deserves it. In my personal opinion, and you guys might disagree, you guys can disagree. If you guys disagree, then it is what it is. Hate me for it, whatever. A lot of people on my Twitch stream already hated me and gave me a lot of hate for it. But I think this Call of Duty can be a top 5 Call of Duty. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to be the first one to call it out on this. I don't know if a lot of people talked about this, but this Call of Duty can be a top 5 Call of Duty. Now, of course, I'm not going to just say that and not explain. I'm going to get into my reasoning in a little bit. But first, I want to just give you guys a background. I'm not just a casual Call of Duty player. I mean, you could call me casual, I guess, but I would consider myself more of like a content creator at this point. I played Call of Duty, if you guys didn't know or don't know. I'm kind of old now, so I've been playing Call of Duty for a while. I started playing Call of Duty in 6th grade, guys. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. That game was amazing. I'd switched from Halo 3 to Call of Duty. All right, and that game just blew. I was mind blown. All right, I played the game pretty much for 2 years. I didn't like World at War too much. So I played Call of Duty 4 for 2 years. And honestly, Call of Duty ever since then has been my home, my place to make friends, hang out with friends, make new friends, stream, make YouTube videos. I just love Call of Duty. I have a lot of passion for it. I've gone to like every single release night that there was at GameStop. I went to those release nights back when you could pick up the game at GameStop, go home, put the disc in your Xbox and play the game. Nowadays it's different. You just download the game and play at midnight here, which I've done. I've done 24-hour streams as the games come out. Call of Duty has been my life, and I've played through all of them. I know the good Call of Duties, the bad Call of Duties. I've been through all of them. Now, once again, I think this Call of Duty, people had projections or ideas in their mind of what this Call of Duty was going to be, and it didn't turn out to what most people thought it was going to be. That's the problem. I don't think the game is not necessarily bad. I think it's just people didn't expect Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 to be what it is. People probably, in my opinion, thought it was going to be more of like a better version of Modern Warfare 19, a little bit of Modern Warfare 2 in there, and we're going to get to the Modern Warfare 2 part. It's coming. Maps are coming next year. But just the way the game is played, the past few Call of Duties have been faster. We went from playing just regular run and gun to jetpacks and like Black Ops 3 to Advanced Warfare. People didn't like them. We went back to boots on the ground. When we went back to boots on the ground, people wanted a little faster, so they would start doing the slide canceling, the faster sprint, that kind of thing. And then when this game comes out, right, people saw it at Call of Duty Next. We played the beta. This game felt a lot slower than the past Call of Duties. Let's be honest. If I could just give like an idea, if people even are young enough or have played the games, like this game has like an old school Call of Duty vibe. It's not fast like the past Call of Duties. Vanguard was very fast. Modern Warfare 19 generally pretty fast. Even Warzone is a fast game. Cold War, we could argue it's a little slower, but still, Cold War did feel faster than Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022. Another thing, I'm going to go through all the negatives. I'm going to get them out of the way, right? Time to kill Just like no red dots on the mini map when people fire their guns. That's another thing that a lot of people are talking about. The perk system is a little weird. I'll admit I was a little taken by surprise by that as well. People don't like the footsteps. The footsteps are crazy loud. I personally like that. I'll get into that in a little bit. Besides that, I mean, the overall look of the game, people say the movement is clunky, there's no slide canceling, all these negative things, and all these YouTubers are bashing Infinity Ward and you know, saying wrong. You guys did the game totally wrong, this is not what we wanted, blah blah blah. Guys, you guys have to understand, all right? And I'm speaking, I'm on your side. What I ultimately want is the community to love Call of Duty as a whole, okay? This Call of Duty is different, all right? It for sure is different. The movement is a lot slower than what we expected. The perk system is different. The create a class, gun system, whatever, is totally different. But you guys have to understand that as a developer, right, in 2022 going to 2023, as games move on, we need to come to a point where the game's progressing it better, or if not better, at least, you know, they switch it up a bit. If you have the same formula, you know, say we throw in the Modern Warfare 2 formula back into, you know, 2022, would it be successful? Maybe, maybe not, right? I mean, we can't guarantee that. I don't think that Activision Infinity Ward is in a position to just throw out a complete remastered game and say, here's the game, enjoy, whatever, right? Because there is risk to that, right? People, it's a whole psychology thing, right? People, the community say they want this, they want that. Say Activision were to deliver, boom, 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 give you everything you want on your list, right? And then the game doesn't play out to what people expected, then what? Then what? Like, we just all quit and say, you know, Call of Duty's dead, it's over? No, right? Activision, I feel like, in my opinion, innovated to the point where, or did more of like a Hail Mary. I'm not going to say they executed perfectly, but it was more of like a Hail Mary in the sense that this game it feels different. It gives me, out of all the Call of Duties that I've enjoyed, right? My favorite Call of Duty, I always tell the stream, is that I've loved Modern Warfare Remastered. That game was very tactical. It was slow paced. There was no like crazy run and gun. You know, like I played a lot of wagers in GBs, right? Very tactical, very methodical. You could hear people coming at you. This is what that game replicates. It's like a newer version of Modern Warfare Remastered. Not a lot of people grinded Modern Warfare Remastered like I did. But we're kind of going back to those roots now. It's like a new, fresh Black Ops 2 MW2. People don't see it yet, all right? But I'm going to just say, like, for the first weekend, all right, I played on PS4. And if you played on PS4, Xbox One, it's a lot of YouTubers said, oh, the game's not too bad. You know, it's playable. It's not that bad. Guys, it was bad, okay? I hated the game on PS4. So, I mean, I honestly, I rated the game like a 4 or 5 on PS4. I was like, oh, no. Like, if the game's like this on PC, or, you know, PS5, Xbox One, Series X or X. I don't even know what the new X... They have so many new names for the Xboxes, I don't keep up anymore. But if this game had played like how it did on PS4 and the new Xbox or PC, we'd be in trouble. But surprisingly, all right, I got on Thursday of the second week, got on Friday, got on Saturday, and to my surprise, I came in with low expectations. You know, PS4 is okay. This is going to be another, you know, flop year for Call of Duty. Lo and behold, by the end of the weekend, I had changed my perspective from like a 4, 5, 6 around there for PS4. 6, like that's a very high spectrum. But from like a 4, 5 to an 8 out of 10. I was having a lot of fun. I played with a lot of people in the stream. I played with my friends. And I just had so much fun in the game. I feel like the maps from the 4 that we've seen are good. My least favorite is that desert map with that Z in the middle. There's like that middle hallway that people camp in. It's kind of annoying. But that map is the worst map, but it's still a playable map. My favorite map was Farm. That's the map with like that maze in the middle. I thought Farm was a fun map as a sub player. Moving on to the guns, like the guns were, you know, fun. The way you lock attachments is very different than past Call of Duties. You kind of have to go through all the guns, which I do like for public matches or multiplayer, just because, you know, for the past Call of Duties, like Vanguard, for example, right, we've seen MP40s, STGs night one, and then of course after they updated, then MP40s, automatons. And then, you know, other Call of Duties, we had like, you know, like the AK-74U, and then the Craig for like Cold War. It was very boring, you know, very black and white, one gun or the other, or you just get shredded up. I think the perk system, if I could make changes, I think it's different, which it's time-based. If you guys don't know, you choose 2 perks, you choose 2 more other perks and the other classes that you unlock as the time progresses in the match. I think that needs to be changed. For my personal opinion, I think that's one thing that should be score-based instead of time-based. Kill streaks, there are nothing special about kill streaks, just your same old kill streaks. I do want to touch on the cheesy stuff in the game. Claymore is very cheesy. The bouncing Betty, the other one that the charge that shoots through the wall and damages the enemy, very cheesy. Shock charges, oh my goodness, that's really cheesy. So there are things in the game that I don't like, and that, I mean, hopefully gets nerfed or fixed. And then I mentioned already time to kill. That could be increased in my opinion. I wouldn't mind. It's already been addressed, so they're not going to be adding radar to or not radar, but the red dots when you fire your gun on the minimap. Understandable. I think the audio in this game is very solid. They don't really need to add that in this game. A lot of you guys could disagree, but it's just, you know, something that if you got a headset, you got to use a headset and figure out where the enemy's at. And I personally don't mind it too much. But just take a look at the raw core game. You know, how does the game feel? How do you move? You know, the movement, yeah, is a little clunky. It's more like classic, old school Call of Duty. Gun up, right? When it's safe, you run. When it's not safe, you bunny hop. Bunny hop is like the way to still maneuver on corners. They did keep that aspect from like Warzone and Modern Warfare 19. Vanguard, bunny hop's been in the game for a while now, but bunny hop is still probably like the most useful maneuver in the game. Slide cancel's nerfed to a point where it's could be useful, not super useful, but overall, the taste in my mouth by the end of the weekend was, wow, you know, this is actually a beta I enjoy. There were betas that I did not like. One of them, I'm gonna be straight up, Infinite Warfare. I got on that first day on PS4. I remember I got on the beta, and I was like, wow. This is going to be a tough year. Thank goodness they had Modern Warfare Remastered that year, but Infinite Warfare was a tough year. Even Cold War, I mean, was okay. It was pretty fun, but still, the year ended off pretty bad. Vanguard, you guys already know, that game needs some help, or it needed help back then. Vanguard still never came out to what it'd be. I thought the gunplay was good in Vanguard, but still didn't catch on to the public. Or the majority of, you know, gamers. And I mean, yeah, as I said earlier, like Call of Duty has never been the same. And I think this year, Modern Warfare 2, and just my opinion, could have or does have the potential to become a hit. You know, we're going to look back, you know, in 5-10 years and be like, wow, you know, that was actually a good year. And I'm going to I already know, all right, there's people, as we get closer to the release, there's going to be people worrying about the game, talking crap about the game, talking smack about it on YouTube just to get the views up or whatever, or maybe just because they generally care and don't like the game at all. But in my opinion, I think this game is amazing. There's a lot of potential. Yes, there's things that can be fixed. I mean, just on a side note, I mean, the hackers have been prevalent in the past Call of Duty. Ever since Call of Duty's gone to PC, hackers have been a problem. Now, we can't blame, you know, the devs who actually focus on making the game compared to, I would assume, like, there's a separate, like, cybersecurity type of, you know, department that does that portion. But just look at the core game, all right? Look at the core game. There's a lot of things that Infinity Ward switched up, that we haven't seen in Call of Duties for a long time. The pace is slowed down. It's a lot more tactical. Some people may like it. I know a lot of the younger guys in my stream don't like it. But overall, it's a switch up. It's going to take some time for people to get used to, but I predict I'm going to be the first one to call this out, right? This game I think it's going to be a pretty legendary game. Side note, I mean, Warzone, I watched Warzone and CoD Next. There's a lot of things that game, I'm worried, but I'm not worried. I'm sure that Infinity Ward's going to figure it out, and no matter what, I'm a Call of Duty fan. I'm going to play, you know, Call of Duty whether it's good or bad or whatever, you know, I stick by Call of Duty. I just enjoy the game, the title, the franchise. I'm just going to call out for how it is. And there's been years where I just hated it, and I just didn't smile at all when I played Call of Duty. But this year, I'm actually hopeful. I enjoyed the beta so much. I recorded so much, you know, footage. I did some TikTok stuff. I'm really excited for this year. But yeah, what do you guys think about the game so far? What do you guys think about Ground War? I feel like Ground War, Battlefield needs to take that back, because Call of Duty, I mean, the Ground War is not bad. It's not bad. I think generally Call of Duty should stick to the 6v6 arena shooter that it is, but they did a pretty good job at Ground War. It was okay. It was okay. I think they're kind of taking Battlefield's sunlight in that aspect right there. And then what do you guys think about Warzone? Warzone comes out in November. It's right around the corner. Right after the game comes out, 3 weeks later, boom, Warzone's out. So we have a lot of gaming to do. I'm very, very excited. Guys, I'm streaming 4 times a week. If you guys can support, I would appreciate it. Twitch.tv/AsNickShowTV, link down below in the description. Like the video, comment, subscribe. I don't do a lot of videos like this. It takes a lot of time out of my day to shoot videos like these. And, you know, aside from, you know, doing what I love, playing Call of Duty, I work like 40, 50 hours a week. And then I edit stuff on the side and do all this stuff. So, I just had to put that video out there. Just wanted to give my initial thoughts on the game so far. And yeah, hopefully this game does do well. Ultimately, we just want everyone to enjoy. I want everyone to enjoy Call of Duty, right? You guys might hate me for saying things that you guys don't believe, like this Call of Duty is gonna be great, but I generally believe this Call of Duty is gonna be great. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made this video. So, thanks so much. Take care. Have a good night. See you guys next time. Shoots.